We have some Black students that were outside of their school, which is called St. Michael, located on the west coast of Canada. And they were talking amongst themselves, and like some students and Black people do, will use that word, the N word, and refer to it as a term of endearment as we're speaking with each other. And the principal of the school overheard them speaking and using that word amongst each other and called them in to reprimand them and educate them on the use of that word. Take a look at what happens.
So how come it's okay for you to say the word?
It's okay for Black people to use that word because it is a word that we are reclaiming, that is used to oppress Black people. And if you are not Black and you are using that word, you are using it as an oppressor.
I hope they are sued for trying to interfere with the freedom of expression of their students, who in this case were doing the right thing.
So the students were ultimately suspended as well for recording the principal using the N word in a means, as I said, to educate them on the use of the N word. While that principal, who happens to be one of them folks, has no right to use that word, neither should we. We as Black people should not be using that word as a term of endearment toward each other. I don't agree with Sister Andorra, who is an anti-Black racism advocate and activist, who says that we are reclaiming that word and it's okay for us to use it amongst each other. That word was never ours to begin with. That word, and again, we're talking about the N word, was the last word a lot of our ancestors heard before they were hung, before they were lynched, before they were burnt at the crisp, before they were beaten, before they were violated. And that's just to name a few. That was the last word they heard. That word was used and continues to be used as a mean to denigrate us, to dehumanize us. It is a negative word. There is nothing good about this word. Saying that we're going to reclaim it and use it amongst ourselves, but other people can't use it, then why do we put it in song lyrics? We put it in, a lot of rappers will put it in their hip hop lyrics, and people of other races, if they utter that word within the lyrics, then they get backlash. But we're putting it in the lyrics. We're using it amongst each other. How can another race look at us and respect us when we ourselves are using that word? You don't see other races saying to each other, whatever racial slur that is used towards them, like Italians or Greeks or Spanish or Chinese or South Asians, they don't use a word that they would consider to be a racial slur as a term of endearment. So why would we do that? And again, this word, there's nothing good about it. So even when you decide to take the ER off of it and add an A to it and say, hey, man, it's a term of endearment, that same term of endearment that some folks in our community are saying we use as, as a means to like, hey, what's up, my, is the same word that we use when we're beefing and when we're arguing or before, there's a shooting that goes on. We're calling each other that. So which one is it? Is it a term of endearment? Are we taking it back and reclaiming it and saying, hey, this is our word? It's not our word. The word should not be used by any race of people, including us. So that's my humble opinion about it. I don't use it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anybody to use it towards me as a term of endearment or under the guise of reclaiming it. No, it is an awful, awful word. And there is nothing positive behind that word. The principal of this school was not reprimanded, and the students were suspended, and the reason why they were suspended is for recording her. And what they say is that the students took snippets of the conversation and put it together to make it seem as though the principal was being racist. Well, the principal used the word. It's in the recording. She said it. And she doesn't have any business, in my opinion, teaching anybody about the use of that word. I do believe she should have been reprimanded, and as you heard the attorney at the end of the clip saying that they should be sued for being suspended for using that word. Let me know what you all think about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to download the African Diaspora News app. You can grab it in the Google Store if you're an Android user. If you're an iOS user, you can get it in the Apple Store so that you can have this information and all this insightful commentary and news on the go. So grab that app. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, EA Public Relations. Until next time, please be safe, everyone. Peace be.